In a revelation that has reignited one of country music's most chaotic breakups, Firerose, the Australian singer-songwriter who married and very quickly divorced Billy Ray Cyrus, is once again making headlines. This time, the spotlight is on a quietly devastating message she shared online, subtly but unmistakably implying that she survived narcissistic abuse. The phrase, already charged with emotional weight, lands even heavier when attached to one of the most controversial celebrity splits of the past 2 years. Nearly 18 months after their relationship publicly imploded, Firerose appears to be reclaiming her voice, piece by piece, post by post, message by message. And this latest one may be her most pointed yet. A breakup that never really left the headlines. The dissolution of Firerose and Billy Ray Cyrus' marriage wasn't just messy, it was an entertainment media wildfire. From allegations of control, isolation, and manipulation to Cyrus filing for annulment and accusing his much younger wife of misconduct, the story vacillated between tragic, bizarre, and tabloid gold. Their whirlwind romance had been heavily scrutinized from the start. Cyrus, then freshly divorced from longtime partner Tish Cyrus, entered a fast-moving relationship with Firerose. The pair collaborated musically, embraced a highly visible public connection, and eventually tied the knot in a ceremony they described as a celebration of love. But behind the curated photos and sweet captions, cracks were forming, ones that would erupt in spectacular fashion. By mid-2024, their marriage was in shambles. Legal filings flew both ways. Cyrus accused Firerose of emotional manipulation. Firerose accused Cyrus of domineering behavior and retaliation. Each side denied, countered, and escalated. The entire ordeal left fans bewildered and the Cyrus family more divided than ever. And then, silence. For months, Firerose stepped back from interviews, comments, and public debate. Until now, the post that sparked a firestorm. On her social media account, Firerose shared a quote that instantly sent followers into a frenzy, a message about escaping narcissistic abuse and the strength it takes to rebuild your sense of self after such a relationship. She did not name Cyrus. She did not reference the marriage directly. She simply posted the words alongside a still portrait of herself looking resilient but somber. The caption, just a single heart, but what she didn't say echoed louder than what she did. Fans immediately flooded the comments. We knew you went through hell. This is your healing era. Speak your truth, Queen. Billy Ray showed his true colors the second he filed for annulment. Within hours, Firerose's post was being screenshot, reshared, dissected, and discussed in fan groups, country music forums, and celebrity watcher threads across social platforms. Though Firerose has historically avoided using heavy psychological language to describe her ex, the term narcissistic abuse carries a serious connotation, one that suggests a pattern of emotional harm, manipulation, gaslighting, and identity erosion. For many, her use of the term seemed like a confirmation of what she'd only hinted at before. A pattern of subtext. Firerose's recent behavior suggests a turning point. This is not the first sign that Firerose is moving into what fans are calling her post-trauma renaissance. Over the past few months, followers have noticed checkmark more empowerment quotes. Her posts have shifted from heartbreak to resilience, an arc many survivors of toxic relationships navigate publicly. Checkmark more photos with friends and collaborators. She appears increasingly surrounded by a supportive circle, breaking the image of isolation some fans suspected. During her marriage, checkmark more music writing teasers. Hints have surfaced that she may be channeling her experiences into an upcoming project, potentially turning pain into production. Checkmark a noticeable absence of bitterness. Despite the heavy word, abuse, Firerose's tone remains calm, reflective, and focused on healing rather than attacking. Her approach contrasts sharply with the heated accusations embedded in the couple's legal filings during the split. Billy Ray's camp, unbothered or strategically silent. While Firerose's latest statement has revived their drama online, Billy Ray Cyrus has maintained an almost calculated silence. Instead of responding to the new wave of attention, the country icon has been promoting new music, appearing at nostalgic fan events, posting wholesome family throwbacks, and occasionally sharing cryptic inspirational memes of his own. Cyrus supporters argue that Firerose's post is simply another attempt to stir old drama after a failed marriage. Critics, however, believe she's finally speaking the truth after enduring months of online dismissal and disbelief. The stark contrast between her emotional honesty and his silence is fueling endless speculation. The long shadow of the Cyrus family divide. It's impossible to talk about this breakup without acknowledging the broader Cyrus family saga. The timeline was messy. Billy Ray and Tish separated. Tish married Dominic Purcell. Miley publicly sided with Tish. Noah and Brayson aligned with Billy Ray. Family events turned icy. Fans began taking sides not just in a divorce but in an entire family fracture. Now, Firerose's new statement only adds another fracture point in the already stressed Cyrus dynasty narrative. One fan wrote, "This isn't just about Billy Ray and Firerose anymore, it's about a pattern in the entire family." Though speculative, it's clear that many see her post as part of a larger context. Firerose's history of hinting at emotional struggle. Throughout the past year, Firerose has dropped subtle clues about what she endured. References to escaping darkness, discussions about finding her voice again, mentions of silencing, gratitude for true friends who stood by me, and expressions of renewed confidence. At the time, these felt like generalized healing messages. Now, with her narcissistic abuse implication, they feel like puzzle pieces, ones that fit together in a much clearer picture. Her followers now believe she has been telling her story all along, just quietly. Why this phrase matters. The cultural weight of narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic abuse has become a mainstream term used to describe the emotional harm caused by partners with deeply self-centered, controlling, or manipulative tendencies. Survivor communities often embrace the label because it gives shape to experiences that were previously misunderstood. For Firerose to use this term implies she sees her past relationship through a lens of trauma. She recognizes psychological patterns she once didn't have the vocabulary for. She is reclaiming the narrative after months of being overshadowed by the Cyrus family name. This isn't just a post. It's a declaration of survival. Is Firerose preparing for a bigger reveal? Industry insiders believe her latest message may precede Small Diamond a long-form interview. She has previously avoided sit-downs, but the timing suggests that may change. Small Diamond a new single. Artists often use major emotional statements to set the tone before a new release. Small Diamond a memoir-style explanation. Less likely, but given the ongoing public interest, not impossible. Small Diamond a legal response. Depending on the wording of her post, Cyrus camp may feel pressured to react, though they could also ignore it to avoid fueling the story. Public reaction, sympathy, support, and a wave of validation. Social media sentiment is overwhelmingly supportive of Firerose. Common themes include, believe women, she deserves peace. Billy Ray always seemed off in that relationship. Good for her for speaking out. There is also a growing discourse around age gap relationships and power dynamics, with many suggesting this situation highlights imbalances that were present from the beginning. Where Firerose goes from here. If her post is any indication, Firerose is stepping into a new chapter, one defined by clarity, empowerment, and self-reclamation. She may not be giving interviews. She may not be addressing Cyrus directly. But through just a few charged words, she's made it clear. She survived something painful, she's done staying silent, and she's not afraid to tell the world what she endured. Conclusion. A quiet post that speaks volumes. Nearly a year and a half after the chaos of her marriage to Billy Ray Cyrus imploded, Firerose has lit a new spark in the cultural conversation. By implying she survived narcissistic abuse, she has taken control of her story, with strength, dignity, and a voice that is finally her own. Whether this marks the beginning of a larger reveal or simply a moment of personal liberation, one thing is certain.